was just watching a video trying to figure out where I put something, and it was really beneficial. So it is like we're expecting frost, and so I'm going to do a little update compared to that other one. It'll be really quick though, because I think I really covered. Ooh, it's bright out here. Okay, so Nandina, I got the Nandina in the ground, and I pretty much left this stuff the way it was, just trimmed it up, pulled the weeds, have where my red lilies, I have them marked so that I'll know where they are in case I want to move them or do something. I have got to put him in the ground. He is really outgrowing that pot. I still haven't done anything with the hydrangeas. This will be a lot quicker than the other was. I moved some stuff right here. I cut it back. Decided to leave this alone for the winter. You know, I come out here and I say what I'm going to do. It's like 3 weeks worth of work, and I don't have that long. Okay, this is what I do want to change though. I'm going to move these bricks and I'm going to edge right here, because I'm losing the battle with this Bermuda grass. But everything over here is looking pretty good. The roses are looking better. I still may move those two, I don't know. But, you know, I talked about moving him, and he said, oh, don't move me. I will bloom for you and grow. Then I talked about moving him or doing something, and he says, oh, but I'm so pretty. So I think I'm going to just feed him. Maybe trim those others back and let them catch up with each other. I don't know. We looked at the crepe myrtles. They're going to make a hedge right here of some nature. Fill in with something, I don't know. I did give in and weed eat back here because it was just too much for me. I mean, but it looks good. It really does. He is still fighting. He's looking a lot better from the last time. That was like a month ago maybe. I don't know. This marigold is still on crack. Trucking right along. Now, I did redo the drip over here. I took it from being all out here where you can just come straight up with the lawnmower, and I ran it under the edge of here, and then it goes through the bed and then down over here in front of this bed, and then I put it under the rocks. I dug like a trench, and then it comes through and up in front of this bed and then under the rocks, and I dug a hole. I have that right there until it gets, you know, compacted, because I have chipmunks and stuff and I don't need any help. But I dug a hole right here under that wood, and then a hole right there, and I pushed it through and come up and then put an end on it, and then I just teed off of it with a little, I think it's a 1/4 coupler, and then did the little drip all the way down, and then just kind of went like this all through the bed, and then come back through here and then back to the tee. And so that ends the drip right here. It's not over here anymore. All of this has been moved, and it doesn't go, it no longer goes around there and there, because I think that rose is established enough, and we get enough rain here, and if we ever do get droughty, I'll just get a hose out and water it. I'm still in the process of moving the fence row. I still have a lot here, but what I did do was, from the fence row back here, it was about right there, was that rose, and I took and moved it and put it right here. Now I still have all kinds of violets. You know, the violets and the creeping Charlie, I'm just not sure that's a battle I'll ever win, but as long as I can just keep them at bay a little bit. Maybe my black-eyed Susies are gonna take their place, because I have them everywhere now. Okay, and then the drip comes, the line comes through here, under the bed, and then goes back that way with drip for the cannas, because there's cannas all right there, and then it connects to the black that goes to the faucet. And then the black comes and goes like behind the air unit, and behind this azalea we just hard cut, and it comes up in front. I haven't quite finished that spot right there because I have to do some work on those hydrangeas. They have some issues, but then it comes right here, and that's where I started, around and under and back. And then right here where it comes through, it goes down, and it's the drip. I think it's 18 inches maybe, I don't know, but it's the ones that have the holes in it. And it goes down around through the front of the rosemary, in front of the columbine, and back up. You can kind of see it right there. And then it comes, I need to do something with this over here. It kind of goes over my little wheelbarrow deal. And then I have a little 1/4 that comes off of it and goes up and around my tomato cage in there for whatever I plant in there. We normally do peas, beans, or tomatoes, or all of the above. This year I had snow peas, and then I put a tomato in there. I don't remember, did I do green beans in there this year, or was that last year? See, that's why I do this, because I don't remember. I do so much and don't remember. Okay, so I got lemon coral sedum right here that I would like for it to just see if it'll fill up that space, because I took a little piece like that. See how I did that little piece? Okay, well over here in this bed, I did that on each corner, and now the whole corner of the bed is just overflowing with lemon coral sedum, and it's so beautiful. The echinacea is still trucking. Look at it, still blooming. Where's it at? Right there, purple. And then over there in that bed, purple. Then we're gonna have all of that's columbine and lilies and poppies. And then there's, I mean, I can't wait to see the columbine next year, or next spring, whenever. It is gonna be off the chain. My strawberries. At the other house, the strawberries, I don't know if these are ever bearing. Well, yeah, I guess they are, because there is that right there. So this must be of that same lot, and it looks like I just threw it in there, and it's not really planted. But trying not to get my thumb or my finger. Yeah, but at the other house we have berries. I'm sure the birds and stuff love me there. So, and then over here, just as an FYI to Jane, besides all of the columbine coming up everywhere, I have garlic here and there. I'm believing. I think that that's garlic. Well, maybe garlic. I think I noticed it right here, because I guess I did. I remember putting garlic out here, but I also remember like the squirrels or something was digging it up. They would dig the clove up and they would just leave it on top of the ground. It's quite amazing. Look at this dianthus. Is that not so pretty? Before it's over, he will take over the whole top of that and I'll just have to move this Gara. But I'm going to move this whole thing. This little baby right here is going to go live in the country. And then when you come up with the lawnmower, my goal is you can come around the house and go up to the hydrangea and back up, and then come straight up with the lawnmower to here, and then go straight down and all the way around. And that'll make it a lot less, my goal was less maintenance at this house. So this marks the spot. The bed frame marks the spot of the crocosmias and gladiolas that are right there. If you see right here, we've got some trying to grow. It's not the right time, y'all. And then of course this is all irises. And then this is where the spider lilies were. And then when they're done, this is what the flower looks like. And I would imagine that right there will be the seed pod, would be my guess. But I think it takes a long time for these to do anything. I'm not sure. But when this is done, it will make this big clump. See, it does the flower first, then it'll make this big clump of this beautiful foliage that will be there until, whenever. This comes after the flowers. It is so cool how nature works. Anyway, so the drip that did go all along here and then down across here is not there anymore. It ends right there. So you don't have to worry about any holes getting cut in it with a lawnmower, because it did go right across there to that. Now it used to, because this is where the fence was, it used to go all the way to the let's see if I can get it to where the grapes are, and was there. And then I had it coming down to the azaleas in there, but all of that I have moved now. All of that's been moved. And I think that's it over here. I still have a lot of stuff I've got to do. Oh, I moved him. I don't think I had this last time, but he was in a pot. I got him from a lady, and no, actually I'm lying. That is the smooth one that was over on the other fence row that needed to be moved. And I'm trying to make this space where you can come and just come straight up and cut with the lawnmower or the lawn tractor or whatever and come back down. I still got to fill that space in right there some, so it's not such a zoom, and it'll be easier to do. So, oh, and we put a bunch of bird feeders out as well. I've cut back the cannas. The pool is still green. But I also took and planted a rose that was in a pot. And I don't know, I think this is the top of the one that died a few years ago. Actually, honestly, this was my science project pot. And so this may be like 2 or 3 different kinds of roses. We'll just have to wait and see. My alliums are done. Look at that. But aren't they're still pretty. I just think that's pretty. I don't cut this back. I mean, I could probably just pull it off maybe, but I think that's neat looking. Especially when you're looking out from the kitchen. Look at that right there. Somebody's been digging. This is my next project area right here. Going to take this piece of fence off so that I can access this area and clean all this out and redo it. So let's get us a picture of the before on him. And I still have to do this fence row right here. It's looking pretty bad. But let's go this way. And I've got to get all of my, see, this is where I had all my stuff out. I've got to get all that up. And I've got a bunch over there in the yard to get up. Okay, in here, one side is white and the other side is dark purple. That's from the neighbor, and it looks like it's working. This is another propagation bucket of mine. It's got cannas and that real pretty bush that I like in the front, several of those, and a piece of climbing rose I think is in there. And this one was my old one, and it's pretty full. I need to clean it out. But it has, I'm thinking that this is a piece of climbing rose. That'll be awesome. I love that rose. You know, I got it on clearance for like, I don't remember what. It must not have been much because I wouldn't have bought it. And I've propagated it, and if I can propagate it, then that'll be really cool. The banana trees and the rock and the elephant ears. I'm thinking about moving an elephant ear too. I'm trying to do this fast, but I tell you what, I just get squirreled and want to look at stuff. Okay. That is pineapple sage, and that is like one of my favorite plants. And I'm going to try to propagate it because it is not a perennial here. It gets too cold. I moved the boards out from around this bed. Lamb's ear, columbine, I think, and some propagated mums that I probably didn't realize was there when I put that there. This is the one that I got right here. I don't know what kind he is, but you know, a lot of my stuff has the same thing going on with it. And I've got some stuff to treat it. But see, it's got new growth at the bottom. So worst case scenario, we have to just forfeit next year and cut it back. Or a bigger plant. I mean, this may be one that grows on old and new, or new wood. I don't know. Because I don't know what kind it is. But when it blooms, I'll know. Or I'll have a better knowing anyway. We cut these back, and now we just need to shape them. This is my little sedum rock garden. I don't know if I got it last time. We've had so much rain that it's just like, I don't know, it looks like it's okay. That looks like new growth. Yeah. Oh, look at him. Oh, you're so pretty. I'm so silly. I just love my plants. And you know, they're like children. They may mind or they may not mind. You know, you say grow, then they say, not right now, I don't want to. Anyway, this is a jungle back here I've got to do. And I'm digressing again. I'm getting squirreled. I need to go over here and look at two more things. Thinking about moving some of these to the other house. Oh, they're blooming though. Let me see. Oh, but it got really cold. The blooms may have got shot. Oh no, there's one. This is so cool. Is that not cool? They bloomed last year too, so I guess they like it right here. But it was 3. It was 1, 2, 3. And now it looks like 1, 2, I don't know. 1, 2, whoops. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, I don't know, 4, 5. So it went from 3 to like maybe 12, maybe. And then of course back here is my compost pile that's got stuff growing all in it. And I don't know what kind of grass that is, but I let them grow because I think it's pretty, and it looks really pretty in the wintertime. And these trees right here, we call them bonsai, but I don't know what they really are. I think they started out as bushes, and then people did not keep them trimmed. You know, if you don't trim something, it turns into a tree a lot of times. But this is a root, and I think maybe that it's growing a new one. It's either one of them or it's one of these type of hollies. It may be one of these type of hollies, because look at that right there. Yeah, so this is a pokey holly right here. All right, and then of course cannas that need to be cut back. And this is my what got left out in the weather right here. And then we'll come around the yucca. Stone crop. This is my seedless grape, and I'm trying to propagate him. We've got propagated rosemary, blackberries, Rose of Sharon. Then I put some acorns in there. We got the biggest acorns this year, but that's a maple. And then these are my new babies. I got them on the clearance and separated them all and turned 2 plants into like 8. Now, let's see what happened in here, if anything. So this is my little mock greenhouse thing that Donnie got me when we first started dating. And I used it differently last year, but this year I thought I would try to just winter some stuff over in it. And y'all, I packed it out day before yesterday. So I thought I would take a video of it, so that if anybody dies or just dies back, I'll say, oh, I know what that was. I can go look at that video and see. Some of this stuff is perennial, and I'm just seeing what it'll do in here, if it'll keep trucking or not. And then I've got some asparagus ferns, and these are, I want to say these are Kimberly's, maybe Gumfrina. There's a balloon plant, a cigar plant, and there's ranunculus and lantana, and there's actually a tomato that's got blooms on it. Some peppers that are still growing peppers. So propagated grapes. Yeah, so that's it. So I think this is where I'm gonna stop, because this is plenty for me to know where everything is. And it's kind of chilly out here anyway, if you can't tell by how fast I'm talking. Oh, I think I got everybody captured. Awesome. Oh, where's it at? Let me think. There it is. Okay, so this right here, I want to take a picture of him. Okay. Those are allegedly my dahlias, but I went to go dig them up. They didn't ever do anything. They would grow and not grow, but when I went to go dig them up, it looked like they had, I don't want to sound dumb to myself, but like little potatoes all in it. And I'm like, did I use the potato soil to do this? Or is this how dahlias grow? I was thinking when dahlias made their tubers or whatever, rhizomes, tubers, whatever it is that they have, I was thinking that it was one big thing and you had to like cut them apart at the eyes and such. These were like individual little separate deals. So I don't know. So I put them all in that pot under some soil, and I'll either have more dahlias or I might be growing finger potatoes. We'll see. Okie dokie. So I guess this is where I'll say we'll talk to you.